David Cameron.
Thank you, Mr. Deputy Speaker. Isn't the real answer to the honourable member for Sunderland South that the evidence shows that schools with greater freedoms over budgets, pay, staff, buildings, curriculum and admissions achieve better results? Does the Prime Minister agree with me that everyone who wants to see greater parental choice, less interference by LEAs and independent schools within the state sector should vote for the bill tonight?
Well, of course I agree. Of course I agree that it's important that schools have the freedoms to manage their own budgets and staff and buildings and so on. Of course, it is part of our contention, certainly on this side, that we do not agree that selection between schools is the answer. And if the right honourable gentleman is so keen on supporting the education legislation tonight, why has he only got a two-line whip for his members? Yeah? And why is he trying to delay the vote by voting against the programme motion? Does the right honourable gentleman not recall? Oh yes. On the 14th of December, he asked me to speed up the education bill. On the 25th of January, he said to me, why don't you get on with it? In February, he said, would I give him an undertaking there would be no delay? Now he's going to vote this evening precisely to delay the bill by voting against the programme motion.
David Cameron.
I tell you what, you worry about whipping your side and I'll worry about whipping mine. I will support the government's education reforms, but I don't support the undermining of Parliament. Trust schools give businesses, voluntary groups, faith organisations and others the chance to start new schools and to operate existing ones. The Prime Minister in the past has said he'd like all schools to become trust schools. Is that still his ambition?
I want schools to become trust schools. That's why we're introducing the bill. Yes, but let me and it's for the schools to decide, which is what the bill says. But let me just come back to the right honourable gentleman and his explanation of why he's voting against the programme motion tonight. Yes, because what is more Punch and Judy than that? If he wants this bill to go through, if he says I shouldn't delay it, why has he not got his members voting unanimously tonight, and why is he voting against the programme motion? And let me tell him why. Because in this bill, I'll tell him why he's got a two-line vote. In this bill, there is stronger protection against selection. There is a prohibition on interviews for admissions. There is a stronger admissions forum. There are tougher powers for LAs to intervene in poor and failing schools. And there is power for local authorities to give free school meals to all their pupils. Those are all good reasons why no wonder he's hesitating, but we should not.
David Cameron.
I think the Prime Minister is going to need to spend a bit more time talking to his own colleagues rather than shouting at me. He's being ridiculous. He knows we don't support routine programme motions. We believe... We believe in parliamentary scrutiny. I know those are a couple of words the Prime Minister can't even probably spell, but we happen to think it's important. Isn't the real issue today this? Why is a Prime Minister with a majority of 70 struggling to explain to his own MPs why we need to reform our schools?
First of all, let me just deal with his extraordinary contention that somehow the reason he is voting against the programme motion is because it's routine. Oh, yes. I have here a list of 22 bills this parliamentary session in which he has not opposed the programme motion. So why is he opposing it? He's opposing it for the same reason he's got the two-line vote, and that is because he can't, because there are reasons why people should support this bill to do with equity and fair admissions, and those are reasons that he can't get his side to accept.